Hello, everyone, and back again. Just excuse her bedhead here. So I'm here with my lovely little one, Ariana. I'm about 2.5 years old, everyone, and I think in a previous video I had mentioned that I will sometimes volunteer as much as I can to visit the senior homes. So I actually bring the babies, and I had someone say, well, what does that look like when you take them to the different senior homes? Basically, what I do is I get the babies ready. So Ariana, she had two ponytails the previous day, and this is my lovely detangling spray. And I just lightly do a little spritz, and it, for her hair, it really helps with the detangling and gives it that smooth little satiny finish, and it just keeps it really in great condition. So I generally try, knock on wood, to hopefully have all of my babies go through this at least every few weeks. Um, Sometimes some babies do need it more than others, just like real children may need a little extra TLC with their hair. But she can generally go, for a few weeks without it being any adverse effects on her hair. And this is just a cute little pink bow that I thought would go great with her outfit. And so I'm just going to hook this in. And I'm very no frills when it comes to styling hair. I'm a big one ponytail type person. The less that I have to fuss with it, the better. The cool thing with Ariana is that her hair has a slight curl at the end, and as long as I keep spraying it, the slight curl will come back, and it just looks so adorable if you do like a little, leave the slight curls in, almost like a little curly top knot at the top. And it's low maintenance. It works for her as well. And say hi. And you guys know I'm big with Pessies. I love them. So even though she's about 2.5 years old, Ariana loves her Pessie. But what I do is you see she's got these on her hands, and I'll either use socks if I want to color coordinate it with an outfit, and I can find socks that match better the colors that she's wearing. And I'll just cover her hands. And I do that because when I have them out in public, a lot of times you guys know I'm paranoid about the black dirt, or black marks or red marks or anything rubbing on their skin. And what I had noticed was that when I would take them before, I would come back and the babies would have marks on them. And so I was like, okay, I gotta make sure I try to avoid that at all costs. So I cover their hands. They always have stockings on. Always. And you guys know I'm big with layers. So if she had blue jeans on, she would still have stockings on underneath because I'm paranoid about the ink rubbing off. I've had it happen too many times before. I have been told that you can sometimes wash pants and to try to remove some of the dye before you put it on them. But I'm just so leery of it. I just keep, all my babies have stockings on. So if they're wearing jeans, they're wearing stockings underneath. If they were real children, I'm sure they would be uncomfortable with the jeans and the stockings. But, good thing is Ariana never complains. She never complains. So I basically just make sure that they're clean, that their hair's been styled, they have cute outfits on. This outfit that she's wearing is actually a one piece. There is a cute tutu that is attached to this shirt. And, I'm big with layers, so underneath the short sleeve shirt, she actually has a long sleeve onesie on, which is awesome because it's actually yesterday I noticed that there was a chill in the air when I got up in the morning, and there's still a chill in the air today. So the seasons are definitely starting to switch over. So it's great, anyways. But then also, again, I'm paranoid about protection and making sure that the skin is covered so that there's no chances of any marks of any kind, hopefully getting on her. Say hi! She's being a really big girl right now, and Ariana, I generally do take her. She is heavier than the infants, of course, and much bigger. So some seniors that when you go to the homes are not mobilized, meaning to say they're in a wheelchair or maybe they have limited physical movement. So for seniors like that, I would give them an infant. But there are some seniors who are hell and hearty and love the big babies and they can handle her, and so I do bring all sizes when I go. I'll have some infants, I'll have the big girls like her, I'll have some in-betweeners like my 1-year olds, and that way no matter what there's a baby that can fit for that type of physical movement that the senior has. Ariana, when she goes, she's a big hit. I mean, everyone just falls in love with her. She generally is wheeled in a stroller, and she gets to circulate the crowd in a stroller. If the person, even if they're not mobilized, they can at least admire her in the stroller and touch her. But if they're mobilized, they can actually lift her out of the stroller, sit her next to them in a chair or on a couch or whatever the setup is, and they can interact with her as much as they can. Generally, when they go, this is her little lovey, and remember I say look for bargains. This is so adorable. It's a cupcake, but then watch this. Woohoo! It's also a rattle. And so it's also a dolly. And see, it's completely reversed over. Isn't that cute? And now she's got her cupcake. So this is her favorite. So I generally let her take it when she goes. There she goes. And, so she'll have her lovey and stuff like that. When I go to the senior homes, I do bring other accessories. I may bring tutus or something simple that if they feel like they want to make a clothing change, it's easier for them to just slide it on or what have you. I also bring my bottles of milk, my bottles of juice, just different things like that so that they can role play if they choose to. I bring extra diapers, even powders, so that they can go through the full range of taking care of the baby. That tends to be a big hit. There's a lot who do want to change a diaper, and I'll say, okay, oh my goodness, someone's a little stinky stink. Who wants to change the diaper? And you'll be amazed at how many people volunteer to change the diaper. So I do bring those. And basically the way I had someone say, well, how can you go about doing it? Definitely contact Google any of the local senior homes, especially homes that specialize with Alzheimer patients and patients that have dementia. I find that the babies go over really well with them. I've been able to have people that normally would not speak. People the nurses hadn't heard speak in forever. When they saw Ariana or another of the babies, they would try to talk to them and interact with them. And so it is amazing what you see. It's literally miracles. I've had people that normally would not move their arms, but when you get ready to hand the baby, just the fact that they move their arms up to receive the baby helps them with their physical mobility. So it helps them to move better, the physical side of things. It helps them emotionally and psychologically. And so just call the different homes, let them know that you would be interested in volunteering with a lifelike baby doll and to use for therapy. Ask them if they have any patients that have dementia and Alzheimer's. They work well with anyone. I mean, in the groups that I go to, there's people that have dementia, Alzheimer's, and there's people that have nothing at all psychologically going on, but they they still bond with them, but they just seem to do better. You see a bigger difference, if you will, or bigger response in patients that have Alzheimer's and dementia. And then generally what I would do is, just because a lot of people are confused about what these dolls are, some people have teddy bear therapy, some already have nurseries set up with Walmart dolls there. So they're kind of like, what is this? What makes it different from what we already have? And the fact that they're more lifelike is what the difference is. And they think about it. They're there in a senior care home. Some of them have relatives that want to visit. Maybe they can't afford to visit as often as they like. And some may have relatives that just really don't visit at all. I mean, you just don't know what their circumstances are. So to have anyone come into the building is a treat for them. And then when you bring these that look like babies, because they don't see very many babies, if any at all, or children there in those senior homes, it brings back the memories. It brings back the good times. They start to reminisce. They start to talk. So I would tell the staff there that you know, be interested in just coming and showing them, the staff, what these babies are, so that they get it in their heads. And then from there, they may schedule you to come in. It's always, you want to set up a time that works for them. You know, generally when I go in, it's generally in their downtime. Sometimes I'll come in when they're eating and just stroll the babies by. It just all depends on the home and what they consider as their downtime for you to come in, and just be respectful of that time. I generally don't stay more than 45 minutes at a time when I go to visit, because you don't want to get into overkill. Plus, remember, those seniors have a schedule that they're on and other things they need to be done, and you don't want to hold the staff up. So I always say, I'll come in for 30 to 45 minutes. And just when you come in, just come in, be professional, of course, be on time. I do a brief blurb about who I am, you know, and what I do, if I collect these babies, how long have I been, because people are interested in hearing the story behind the doll. Why did you get the doll? How did they help you? Talk to them. And then once you've sent your blurb, then, you know, move around the room with the babies and just say hi. I generally have strollers. You may want to bring a helper if you want to bring more than one. But at that point, you're just circling the crowd. You're looking at the expressions on the seniors, and if they look like they're really interested, will the baby buy? And then just say, would you like to hold her? Or would you like to hold him? I always ask their permission. Would you like to? If they say no, okay, I keep it pushing, move to the next person. And you'll find some don't want to be bothered. Some are so deep in dementia or whatever, they will not respond at all. So if they don't respond, I don't press them. Again, you want to make this a lighthearted, fun experience, and not something that they feel, oh my goodness, here she is, she's going to force this thing on me. No, it should be, they want it, they love it. And then about 5 minutes before it's time to go, so about 40 after, at that point, I start closing up. We start rounding the babies up, giving people time to say goodbye, loading them up. And that type of thing, and then just thanking everyone, thanking the staff for having us there. It just turns out really great. Again, you're just reading the signs of the seniors. You're letting them come to the doll. There was a lady who could walk and did not have dementia or Alzheimer's, but she was very shy, and she sat to the back of the room. So I wheeled Ariana by and took her out of the stroller and set her at a dining table, at a table near her table. Before I knew it, that woman had stood up, walked over to Ariana, and was quietly conversing with her and touching her hair. And then when we looked back over, the nurses and myself were shocked to see she had picked Ariana up and was actually, just cuddling her. So when I came to collect Ariana at the end, and I just let her play with Ariana for the whole 45 minutes. I didn't take her back or move her around the other room. I just let her enjoy. So you let them enjoy as long as they want. And there'll be signs when they're like, okay, I want you to come and get her. They may say, could you get her please? Or they may look like they're in discomfort, maybe from holding the baby. So you have to circulate the room and keep an eye on the patient and help work with the nurses as a team to be sure that those who want to hold the babies have a chance to. and those who are don't want to, that's fine. But the nurses later told me they were so shocked because that woman never moves. Whatever seat she's sitting in during their downtime, she does not get up to move anywhere. And so they were shocked that she moved at all. So it's just minor miracles, if you will, that happen. It's a great cause. The seniors are such sweet people, and I've met such sweet, innocent souls there, and get a little teary-eyed talking about it. It touches my heart. I love children, I love animals, and I love seniors. And so, but they're sometimes forgotten, in a sense, because when people think of helping, they think the homeless and they think children. But the seniors need love too. So, if you can, I encourage you to call the senior homes and, bring your babies out there. You'll feel like $1,000,000 when you volunteer and when you help them. It just puts such a warm feeling inside of you. And now it's to the point to where they call, and I get more calls now. Can you come here? I heard you were at that center, and we heard the great things that happened. Can you come to my center? And, so, and it's educating people that these dolls do so much good. So when I go there, I know I'm an ambassador, so I conduct myself as such, and educate them, educate the staff, the nurses, the clients themselves about the good of these dolls and how they have been able to help people. So it's just a great way to give back, and also help other people learn about what we do. And these aren't just, yes, we can have them as collectibles, and yes, they can, they're pretty to look at, but they also can, in a sense, help change people's minds and lives and impact people in profound ways. I mean, I've literally had people crying, over the dolls. I had one lady who was in severe dementia and thought that Ariana was her granddaughter. And apparently her and her daughter, I guess, had parted on bad terms. So when she saw Ariana, she came out of her dementia and said she wanted to hold her. That was the first time she'd spoken in the years since she'd been there. So I gave her to her, and she just talked to her and cried, and she grabbed my hand and she said, I just want to ask your forgiveness. And I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. I looked at the nurses. They were staring bug-eyed back at me. And she said, will you please forgive me for everything? And you know what I did? I just went with the feeling, and I said, I forgive you. You are forgiven, and I love you. And she cried, and she said, I love you too. I love you so much. And I believe she thought that I was her daughter. Finally, they told me that the daughter, I guess, hadn't been there in years. So her grandchild was not the age of Ariana anymore. That was probably the age she last saw her grandchild, was Ariana's age. But I got the impression that her grandchild was grown. But in her mind, they come to finally visit her after whatever unpleasantness, I guess, had happened in their lives. And she was so happy and so filled with joy. And so the fact that, whatever happens to that woman, I feel that when she does get ready to leave this earth, I think she's going to leave with, wow, she resolved something. It was something in her that needed to be resolved. And so, again, just miracles. I mean, you don't know how they change people's lives and impact people's lives to see these little babies come in there. So, yeah, didn't mean this to be a long-winded rant about, as I say, save the babies with the doll. But, yeah, I mean, it's just passion. It's near and dear to me. I give back when I can. I do help the different children organizations as well. But seniors definitely have a very special place in my heart. I just think they're the sweetest, coolest people, and just to be there and be around them and get that knowledge and that wisdom that they have to impart to you, you will come out of it. I tell them when I go, because they say, well, thank you, and so glad to have you, and you're just awesome. And I said, no, you guys are healing me. As much as you may think that I'm healing you, you are healing me. You're giving me much more than I'm giving you. So definitely encourage people to do it. Say, yes, you're going to have a lots of fun, and your baby's going to get so much loving and attention and affection. So, all right, guys, you take care. And what we going to say, Ariana? Hugs and what, Ariana? Smooches. Do it again, Ariana. Hugs and smooches. Going to take your Pessy out. There you go. Do it one more time. Hugs and smooches. All right. Well, we got her playing with her little toy here. So, okay, guys. Well, you take care, and me and Ariana are gonna help with some seniors. All right. Thanks. Bye.